views and opinions of the hosts and resource persons do not represent those of the organization, the university, and its stakeholders.
Hi everyone, my name is Virgil.
And I'm Angel.
And this is SOE Sunity's Revamped. And we're on our final episode. And syempre, tinanong namin kayo sa Instagram, hindi, joke lang, sa G-Forms lang naman, na yung mga assumptions nyo or mga questions nyo about us, Lasallians, or people from SOE. So, Angel, ano yung mga expectations mo sa ating podcast for tonight?
Actually, kinakabahan ako kasi feel ko madaming bubunyag about me. Pero, syempre, I'll keep it filtered as much as I can. Kasi baka mamaya makita to nila mami, tapos takulin ako ng Sorry, mami. Ayan.
But without further ado, let's start our first question about Taft life. Ito, tatanungin kita.
G.
Is it true na yung 𝗾𝗃𝗀𝗀𝘀 na mga rumors na, alam mo yung, na-proliferate sa social media? Totoo ba yun?
One thing I can say is definitely not. Like, I have not heard a single Lasallian to say, 𝗾𝗃𝗀𝗀𝘀 bro, in, like, simultaneously, like, every... Kasi feel ko parang ginawa na lang nila ng stereotype kasi yung mga Lasallian. I mean, siguro... Okay, honestly, we use mga 𝗾𝗃𝗀𝗀𝘀 bro, ganyan. Pero, hindi siya yung tuloy-tuloy. Yung pwedeng, yung casual lang naman, na hindi naman kami, 𝗾𝗃𝗀𝗀𝘀 bro, punta tayong ganyan. Hindi naman kami ganun, OA naman kayo. Like, lang, parang, bro, punta tayong ganyan. And saktang, lang, ang pakit lang, di ba? Parang,
I
wala
don't
naman...
even use at least one word here.
Right,
diba?
right.
Kasi parang, okay,
diba?
Sabihin natin, in Lasal, it's like typical for someone to say dude, pare, or chong. But like, not all three in one sentence, you know?
Minsan may bro
yun yung
pa
medyo
yan.
weird. Kaya nga eh. Inueya ng mga tao, yun, hindi na yun totoo. Pero yun. So ano yung sagot dito, Angel? Totoo ba yung rumors?
No, definitely not. That assumption is a big false from all of us.
Totoo. So ayun.
Okay, so for our next question, one assumption that they sent is puro daw mayayaman yung mga Lasallian. I mean, Virgil, what's your take on this interesting assumption?
I'm gonna tell you, madaming mayaman sa Lasal, like a lot of like rich people. And like not even just like rich, like there are different levels of how rich a person can be. And makikita mo sa Lasal yun. But I'm gonna tell you na hindi lahat ng mga tao sa Lasal ay mayaman. Actually, malaking percentage ng Lasal population ay scholars. I think 25%. So, parang we help people like get the education that they dreamed of. And then, so they're in our school. And parang all of us, even if like we come from different backgrounds, ganon, mga mayayaman, I think na hindi na siya nagmamatter if nandun ka na sa university. So, yeah, thinking about it, parang this question is like, it's not even supposed to be asked if madami bang mayayaman. Zero, what's a better question to ask is if paano yung mga tao mag-interact with people of different backgrounds, di ba?
Right. Actually, share ko lang. So, kasi, nung senior high, nag-enter ako sa Lasal. And like, this is like the first time I think na naging part ako ng big school talaga. Kasi all my past schools is like, you know, everyone knows everyone, ganito, ganyan. Pero, syempre in Lasal, it's a whole different culture. You see these people from, you know, Bohol, Bicol, you name it. Ikaw nga, Virgil, di ba you're from...
Jansan.
Ayan, Jansan. XB Jansan. Okay, so, di ba dun galing yun? Okay, sorry. Anyway, na-sidetrack agad tayo. Yun, tas parang nagulat ako na, OMG, like, this is my first time having such a wide range of friends from different locations.
Definitely.
And parang na-realize ko na kahit na different yung background sa amin or kung saan kami lumaki, we still find a way to connect. As in, meron kaming common ground. Like, hindi nawawala yun, I think, with every Lasallian. I think, kung mayaman ka or not, it doesn't really matter, honestly. Kasi everyone in Lasal is very open and they're very sociable. Like, that's just the word for it. Everyone's sociable and you know, kind to each other. So,
tsaka sabihin ko lang, yung mga mayayaman ng mga classmates nyo or friends nyo, huwag nyo i-expect naman nilibre sila, okay? Hindi totoo yun. May mga friends akong mayaman, never akong nilibre.
kuripot naman.
sobrang kuripot nga. Kahit, alam mo yung eat kami ng street food. Sabi ko kahit isa lang talaga, ayaw talaga akong
Quick lang oh.
Kaya nga, so ayun, hindi siya nagmamatter actually kung saan sila galing or kung if they come from an affluent background. Something like that. They're still people, you know. But it's fun to see the contrast between like my culture and another person's culture. Like for example, I have this classmate, hindi ko na i-name drop. Hindi niya alam kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng thrift shopping. Basically, gano'n, di ba? So,
tapos
ayun.
Sige. Tapos, sorry. Kinatabi nakita, okay lang. Sige. Tapos, like, it's nice din kasi, syempre, pag may mayaman kang friend, ganyan, tapos in-invite ka nila sa house nila, parang, oh my gosh, ang laki ng bahay, like, wala kaming ganito sa amin. Tapos parang mamamangha ka lang, tapos, ewan ko, parang, it's a nice experience. Tapos, din, parang, wala na akong masabi.
Parang.
Hanggang parang lang.
Totoo ba yun, Angel? Na lahat
parang
ng
like,
mga taga-Lasalle?
yung parang like.
Oo. Konyo ba
Parang
magsalita? Or nakakapagsalita ba sa ng straight English or Filipino?
Okay, to be frank, totoo yan, totoo na konyo yung mga tao. Pero kasi, okay, in our defense ha, kasi ayun nga yung sinasabi namin, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo guys eh. Sa sobrang daming backgrounds na nagka-clash sa Lasalle, so talaga, like, meron talagang tendency na maghahalo din yung, natin, yung language. So, tsaka magkakahawaan yan na pag konyo yung isa, syempre parang mapapakonyo ka na lang din. Hindi mo mamamalayan, like, na-adapt mo na din yung pagsalita niya, di ba? Really, ikaw nga, yung konyo, yung boses mong konyo, hindi ko maintindihan
yung boses. Pero meron akong friend, Tagalog siya nung pumasok siya ng Lasalle. Tapos biglang nung mga term 2 na nung frosh, wait, konyo ka na ngayon. Nag-iba.
Magugulat ka na lang talaga.
Oo. Totoo. Parang na-adapt lang din ng mga tao. Di ba? Pero hindi naman ibig sabihin na... Sige. Go.
Sige na. Sige na, tapusin mo na, nahiyak ka.
Hindi ibig sabihin na parang, since yung stereotype ng mga Lasallians is that they're konyo, meron ibang tao na they just speak straight English or straight Filipino, you know. So, ayun.
Ayun, yung sinasabi ko nga na, it's not necessarily a bad thing to be konyo. I mean, I guess,
True.
personal viewpoint mo na lang kung naanoy ka sa mga konyo. Pero, let's face it, I mean, wala namang mali as long as wala kang tinatapakan na tao, di ba? Like, there's no reason to hate on konyo people. I mean,
hindi natin problema yun. Problema, yun na yun. If naisip mo masama siya.
I mean, that's just how they express themselves, diba? So, themselves, sorry. Tapos,
makikita mo pa sa Lasalle nagagaling mga tao.
Yan, sabi ko na, may paangay ka ngayon eh.
Diba? Kakabili ko na nito, kahapon.
Saan?
Pero, hindi naman like all the time. Pero yeah, may mga nag-shade sa loob mga. Ay.
Nagre-reflect pa yun.
𝗘𝗽𝗶𝘀𝗀𝘀𝗀𝗧𝗧. Walang meron din mga artista, di ba, sa Lasalle. Oo.
Yung iba. And magsa-stand out talaga sila. Ewan ko kasi parang, I mean, in general, yung pormahan ng mga Lasallians is parang laging everyday may fashion show. Pero yung mga artista, like, napipinpoint mo sila na kasi extra yung pagka-effort nila sa suot nila. Tapos, ayun, lang. It's nice, it's fun to see. Parang enlightened.
Speaking of artista, you remember this time, Robbie Domingo went to Lasalle. With Gretchen, I think they were shooting for UAAP. Tapos lumabas yung block namin kasi move na ata for next class, ganyan. Then, syempre, term 1 namin yon, like, hindi pa kami nagkakakilala. Tapos yung ibang students, like, you can notice that they were like, oh shoot, like, Robbie Domingo's here, ganyan, nag-take na picture. Pero yung ibang classmates, parang, uy, sino yan? Hindi ko kilala. Parang, what? Were you living under an expensive rock? Parang, grabe, hindi mo kilala si Robbie Domingo. I mean, hindi ko naman in-expect, you know? Pero parang, medyo, nasa social media siya, nasa TV siya, gano'n. Pero yun pala, no, parang hindi mo din ma-expect na kilala lahat ng mga artista, ng mga classmates mo.
True.
Kasi parang hindi nila masyadong minamind yung parang gano'n na industry.
Oo.
So,
Pero ano din, si Robbie Domingo tsaka si Gretchen Ho, usually talaga nasa Lasal sila. I think, di ba kasi Lasallian si Gretchen Ho before? Or, I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong,
Taga-Almo
viewers.
sila, di ba?
Pero, feel, ewan ko, hindi ko alam, sorry talaga.
Oo.
Sorry, sa akin yan, sa akin. Pero, ayun. And, ito, when you mentioned na parang hindi sila nakikilala ganyan. Kasi, oh
bakit?
my gosh, please don't judge me. I was just a young child.
Bakit?
Okay, kasi, di ba nga, nag-enter ako ng senior high sa Lasal.
Oo.
Tapos, I came from like, parang varsity kasi ako ng volleyball ng junior high.
Oo.
Tapos, di ba, syempre, sa Rizon, ganyan. Alam mo na, you know where this story is going. Sa Rizon, madaming athletes, ganyan. Sila Kim D, sila
Okay.
Michelle Gumabaw, minsan nakikita pa, ganyan. Oo, tas parang as a fangirl, like, oh my gosh, I regret doing this. As in, hindi ko din alam. Looking back on it now, why,
Bakit?
Angel,
Bakit?
why? Kasi, alam mo yung, sabi ko, hi, can I take a picture? Tapos, as in, oh my God, nakakahiya.
Okay lang
kasi,
naman
alam mo,
yun.
uy, hindi, nakakahiya. As in, alam mo yung halatang-halata na bago ka sa Lasal, ganyan, tapos nasa starstruck ka pa sa mga
Oo.
volleyball players. Samantalang kapag when you get to parang East and Lasal kasi, parang wala na lang yung mga volleyball players, ganyan
Totoo.
sila Richie Rivero. I mean, yun nung nasa Lasal pa si Richie, tas, ayan.
Nadadaanan mo na lang yun eh, di ba?
Sabi ko na nga ba may mabubunyag sa akin, pero ayun. sorry.
Yun
Pero hindi
nga,
na ako
parang
ganun na, okay.
nadadaanan mo na lang sila eh sa mga hallways, ganyan. Tapos medyo,
Yeah.
ako nga hindi din ako familiar dun sa mga minention mong athletes. So feel ko
Yeah,
at one point, nakita ko na sila, I just didn't recognize them.
Hindi mo lang na,
Oo. So baka
Yeah.
depende lang. Eto, next question.
next.
Medyo specific to sa college natin, which is School of Economics. Hi everyone.
Sige.
So, totoo bang acads and orgs first ang mga taga-SOE?
I mean, I can only speak for myself. I mean, sige, yung friends ko na din, damay ko na din dito. I feel like, yes, oo, totoo na acads and orgs first. Pero
Totoo.
actually, to be honest, more on orgs first yung mga friends ko.
Ako din.
Like, naiiwan na yung acads. Yung,
Oo.
alam mo yung chat namin, 90% tungkol sa org. Tapos mga kaperanggot lang yung tungkol sa acads. Like, sorry, pero yun yung harsh reality of the world, you know? Sorry, we gotta face it. Pero,
Oh, pero
ayun, feel ko.
to be clear lang sa mga profs, hindi naman kami nagpapabaya sa acads namin.
Yes.
Oo. In fact, I think, ako yung mga alam ko na SOE students, like, sobrang galing nila mag-balance ng org
Right.
work and then acads nila. So, hindi na ako
For
compromise yun. Yun yung, I think, na parang feature ng mga taga-SOE na magaling
Yeah.
mag-balance ng org and acads.
Right.
So that's-
I can attest to that. Actually, I know a lot of individuals who are not only very good and very active sa recitation, ganyan. They pass with flying colors sa classes namin. Pero they're also very active sa...
The views and opinions of the hosts and resource persons do not represent those of the organization, the university, and its stakeholders.
Okay, so hello again guys. Sorry, na-cut off ako kasi medyo taghirap tayo ngayon. Medyo 32 GB lang yung phone ko. So, nakat yung storage ko. Pero anyway, we're back on track. So, as I was saying, I can attest to what Virgil was saying na I know a lot of individuals who not only excel in acads, as in they pass with flying colors sa classes namin, but they also are very good in their organization work. Like, they excel in that. And I think that's like one characteristic of SOE students that I feel like a lot of people know about, which makes me very proud to be an economics student.
Yeah, true. Like, a lot of people, to be honest. Like, you can find a lot. Yung mga narinig ko nga is that if may naka-groupmate kang taga-SOE, swerte ka.
Oo.
Diba?
Pero
wag naman natin...
Sige.
Huwag natin i-flatter yung sarili natin. Hindi naman siya like 100% true. Pero, ayun.
Depende din sa tao, pero in general,
Depende sa
we'd like
tao.
to believe, ayan, yun na lang para safe, we'd like to believe
Totoo.
that we can do it. Ayan. Tapos,
Ayun. Tsaka it's not in comparison to other colleges or other people.
Right.
It's just sa self namin. So, ayun. I think we have to move on Oh, move on to
Naanis
our
yung
next
transition.
topic. Move on to our next topic. Kasi, naka-separate pala into categories yung questions. And the next one is about, okay, guess nyo na lang. But the first question is this: what is your opinion about giving people second chances?
Okay, so tungkol na siya sa love and relationships. Yan, kasi mga pakana ni Virgil, sabi ko wag na to isama sa G-Farms. Pinilit niya talaga eh. Sabi niya, hindi, Angel, kailangan talaga para juicy, para madaming manood. Joke lang. Sige, to answer your question na lang, what is my opinion about giving second chances?
Second chances. Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with it as long as the person deserves it. It's as simple as that. As long
Totoo.
as kaya pang i-salvage yung relationship and like, hindi pa ganun kalaki yung dent na nangyari sa between you two and like, you yourself, like, you feel, na-foresee mo pa na kaya pang i-sustain yung what you have together. Feel ko okay lang na mag-give ng second chances. And yun, maa-assess mo naman yan as long as parang, alam mo yun, know your self-worth at the end of the day. Like, if worth ba nabigyan ng second chance yung taong to, or it's time to let go. Kasi, honestly, ikaw lang din nakakaalam niyan, ng relationship mo. So,
Yeah.
Pero ako, okay lang mag-give ng second chances. It's just, you have to assess para kanina yon. And, kasi,
okay.
you know, second chances are precious. It's not something that comes around a lot for a lot of people. So, once you get it, know that it might not come again. So, make the most out of it. Ganon.
Yeah. And people say na parang love is sweeter the second time
Right.
around. Parang,
Right.
okay. Pero in my case, actually, I oppose the idea of like second chances. I don't believe in it.
Bakit?
Kasi, I feel like there shouldn't be a second chance when you could have mended it or like have done something with it on your first chance. So parang for me lang, like kung ako example, if ever na-expose. So yun, 'di ba? Kunwari like a previous a lover will like approach me again, hindi ko na siguro mapagbibigyan if ever. Kasi parang sa akin, nakalimutan, hindi naman sa nakalimutan, pero like I'm
over
over
with. It's over
experience
with.
na. Yeah, so like kung yung pwede kong magawa sana ng second chance na ina-explain mo, dapat ginawa ko na siya nung first chance.
Right.
So ayun. So since hindi ko ginawa, edi baka hindi siya worth fighting for.
Yeah. That's what I was just about to say. Like, getting back to my point, I guess, the reason why you don't give the second chance to, let's say, your past lover, is because they don't deserve it. So, ayun nga, going bottom line, if you don't deserve it, you won't get it. Yun lang. Kaya make the most out of your first chance pa lang para no need to get to the hassle of having second chances.
Totoo.
Okay.
Pa second chance pa eh.
Speaking of second chances, let's go to our second question for love. Nice transition, di ba? Pinag-rehearsal ko yun, mama.
Okay.
Okay.
Sige.
So, the next question is from an anonymous user. Is ghosting valid, and on what parameters is it valid?
Ghosting. I guess, I'm gonna explain what is valid for me. For me, what's valid is to get to know people, like a lot of people, and then being okay with it to end the relationship or the connection with them. But for me, ending the relationship or the connection should be maayos. Dapat maayos siya. It should be kind. It should be like explained very well. Kasi ang hirap nun pag nag-ghost ka. Like you leave the other person thinking kung ano yung mali sa kanya, may nasabi ba siyang mali, mga ganun. So parang medyo unfair siya kung iisipin ko. So for me, hindi siguro. How about you, Angel?
Exactly my point also. I don't think ghosting is valid under any circumstances. Kasi, like, come to think of it, come on, man. We're adults. Like, we have no time to slack off on our communication skills. Like, how is it so difficult to say to someone na, hey, I feel like this won't go anywhere and I feel like it would be better if we just part ways. Para lang, alam mo yun, para aware sila ng situation or nararamdaman mo sa kanila. Kasi, it leaves up madaming open doors, and like, mapapaisip sila, mag-overthink sila. So, alam mo yun, be considerate of what, be considerate of what they might feel. Like, although hindi ka interested sa kanila, you know, it's basic human decency to let them know kung ano yung naging result or naging impression mo sa naging bonding nyo. Like, it's not that difficult talaga. Ayan, kaya yung mga artista dyan, tago na lang natin sa pangalang Gerald. Yun pala. Sorry, pero 𝘕𝗎𝘂𝗀𝘀 talaga ako. Grabe yung, alam mo, nung lumabas yung interview ni Gerald, pinanood ko ulit yung music video ng 𝗵𝗶𝗳𝘀. Tapos, nag-reflect lang ako kasi, oh my gosh, that's the 𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃 that we were all talking about. Ayan.
Okay. Grabe yung preparation pa rin ni Angel. Nagpanood pa ng mga kahit ano-anong music video.
Ayun.
Anyway, so ayun, since yung answer namin regarding ghosting is kinda like around the answer no, so I guess we can't really explain on the parameters as to why it is valid. So, I think we should move on to the next question, which is, totoo bang bawal mag-date ng blockmate? At saka paano kapag orgmate? Okay, Angel, may nagustuhan ka na bang blockmate or orgmate?
Blockmate, wala. Orgmate, ewan ko sa'yo, bola ko dyan. Marin!
Ikaw tinatanong ko, ano yung sagot mo?
Joke lang. Ano ba yun? Kung ano-ano na lang tuloy nakahablet ko dito sa mo kanina. Headband yung hawak ko ngayon. Tuklay na. Alam mo, kinakabahan ako. As in, nagsisweat ako. As in, hindi.
Ngayon ko lang na-realize yung sinasabi mo. Okay. Sige. For Angel's piece, okay. Okay lang kahit hindi siya mag-explain. Pero ano yung pwede mo masabi regarding this?
Never ako nagkagusto sa blockmate. Sa orgmate,
Sige. Ano yung masasabi mo regarding this?
Ano na lang, alam mo, the only reason why people say na bawal mag-date ng blockmate or orgmate kasi if things end and things turn sour, it's gonna be awkward. Pero to be honest, di ba the blocks kasi only last for like the first few terms. So, madideblock din kayo lahat. So, eventually, you're gonna separate ways. So, okay lang. I mean, if things turn sour, sa inyo na yun. I mean, wag niyong i-blame sa dahil blockmate kayo or something. Like, nasa sa inyo na yun dahil na naging awkward kayo, di ba? Parang, depende din yan sa couple. Pero for me, okay lang, J lang, kung gusto mo. Di kung di ba, kung trip mo naman yung tao, what's holding you back? Kasi blockmate mo sila, like, di ba? Parang medyo mababaw for me. Kasi if you really vibe or connect with someone, di ba? Being blockmates will not, like, hinder you from achieving that relationship with them. Kaso, ayun lang, yun nga, yung hindi din maiiwasan lang yung awkwardness siguro. Pero, alam mo, eventually, makaka-move on din kayo. So, if you're happy with someone, go for it.
Yeah. Ako naman naisip ko. Feel ko kaya naisip ng mga tao tong maging rule na bawal mag-date ng orgmate or blockmate. It's because the repercussions will affect them, you know, as mentioned. So for orgs, grabe, parang naisip ko ang selfish yun naman sabihin yung bawal mag-date ng orgmate. Kasi baka hindi makafocus, ganyan. Pwedeng isipin muna natin yung emotions nila and feelings nila, di ba? Before like the success of the, I mean, important din naman yun, the success of like the performance of the org, ganyan. But yeah, I feel like we should allow people to fall in love within orgs. Hindi naman nila sinadya na parang na-in-love ako dahil dito sa org na to, ganyan, Tsaka kung sa blockmates, iniisip kasi ng mga tao na parang baka mabubuwag yung block, ganyan. So, like, from what I'm thinking, it's kind of selfish to, like, take that right away from them. Just because it might affect you. So, the thought should be, it shouldn't affect you. First and foremost, what we should be thinking is about them. So, ayun.
At saka, to add lang dun sa orgmate, I feel like people say na bawal mag-date ng orgmate kasi some people cannot separate the line between being in a relationship and being professionally working with each other. So, ayun. Depende din yun sa tao if they're able to separate each other's relationships, ganyan.
Yep.
Okay,
ayun,
so, that wraps up our love or relationships category. So, Next,
Nakahinga na.
nakahinga na ako.
Nakahinga
Parang
na.
medyo, it's safe waters from here on. So, okay. Our next category is about careers or goals. So, I'd like to ask you, Virgil, how can you achieve a career that requires so much work that can drain you out?
How can you achieve a career that requires so much work that can drain you out? Hindi ko na-gets yung question. But from what I'm getting from it is that paano mo survive yung career that might drain you out, that requires so much work from you. I think it's first and foremost, if the career or the work that you're talking about is something that you enjoy, you wouldn't even think that it's something tiring or something na parang makapag-drain sa'yo. Ganun. Kasi sa tingin ko, pag once na-enjoy mo, magiging routine siya, di ba? Na parang you're doing this, like if you had a bakery, you bake. Hindi na siya magiging work for you. It's just gonna be a hobby. Like you're earning, but at the same time you're having fun. So to achieve a career that requires so much work that can drain you out, make sure that you match it with your interest or your passion. So I think that's my greatest tip. So what are your thoughts on that?
Right. Grabe na pressure na ako. Feeling ko parang nasa beauty contest yung sagot mo. Pero tama. Yun din yung actually initial thoughts ko. Kasi, ako personally, that's how I achieve work that requires a lot of effort and energy from me. I make sure na everything that I do is something that I enjoy. Kunyari etong podcast natin, it's not something na would drain me out even though ilang oras na tayo nagfi-film. Like, with the other episodes, nag-film na kami before this. Pero, at the end of the day, it's something that gives me more joy than the draining feeling. So, ayun, same lang na you have to match it with your interest and what you really want to do in life. For example, eto medyo malayo, pero share ko lang din na. So, may binudol ko kasi yung parents ko na nabayaran ako pag nag-water ako ng plants kasi I gotta get that bread. So, ayan, parang yun yung magiging rest time ko. And like, in the same sense, it takes a lot of time from me kasi madami akong ginagawa sa isang araw. So, watering our plants like takes a lot of time from me. But, it's something that makes me happy and it gives me like the kind of rest that I need after all the work and acads. So parang it gives me peace and time to reflect. So parang, and at this, that's exactly. Nagkapera pa ako at the end of the day, diba? So parang ganun lang, same energy na you have to be happy with what you're doing.
At sana narinig yun ng mama ni Angel ngayon.
Tita, ganyan.
Na na-enjoy niya pala yun, yung pag-water. So, wag na bayaran si Angel kasi na-enjoy niya
Ay,
wag
pala. Naman, please.
Diba?
Kailangan ko, 20 pa lang ata yung awkward.
Okay. Pero related dun sa pinag-usapan din kanina about loving your work. How about in a more student sense naman? What are your tips for college students na part ng orgs or parang active in terms of extracurricular work, especially for freshman aspirants?
Actually, for freshman aspirants, I feel like it's a common thing to join a lot of orgs and be active in so much orgs. Which I think it's normal naman. And it's reasonable. It's reasonable kasi fresh years talaga, madami ka pang time to do things. So, okay lang. However, always know how to balance your acads and org. Kasi, at the end of the day, if you don't graduate, girl, all those org work, like, it's gonna go down the drain also. So, you have to be able to balance acads and org work. See them as equally important. If anything, mas important pa yung acads for sure. Kasi, even sa org natin, like, usually, acads first yung priority, diba? Ayun, dapat they go hand in hand and you should have time for both of them. Like, it's all about time management. And if you really want to achieve something, there's no such thing as wala akong time. So, ayun, just manage your time well. Ikaw ba?
Oo. Kwento ko lang, Diyos ko, pumasok ako ng Lasalle. Sobrang inisip ko, maging active student ako. Kasi, never naman ako na-immerse sa org work before nung senior high. So, pagpasok ko ng Lasalle, 5 orgs agad yung sinalihan ko. Pagkatapos ng school year, active na ako sa 2 orgs lang. So, ayun. I joined a lot of Sencoms, mga committees on like annual events ng school, ganyan. So like, maganda naman siyang experience, tsaka nalalagay mo pa sa CV tsaka resume mo, diba? So, ayun. Pero like, pagdating mo ng second year, paglapag sa'yo ng majors mo, syempre malalessen na yung org work mo. And sasabihin ko lang na, to add to what Angel said, na org work is equally important as acads. That's true. Kasi, yung acads mo, or whatever you achieve in acads, that's one thing that employers are gonna like look like parang yun yung qualification nila sa'yo. That is what's gonna make you be accepted in a company, a corporation, or a firm. But what's gonna make you last is the org work experience that you've earned in your college. Kasi dun mo nahahasa yung skills mo when it comes to managing, when it comes to talking with people, to risk management, decision making. So those things like soft skills, they're very important. So ayun.
Okay, that's what I was just about to say. I was about to mention something about soft skills, but yeah, ayan. Okay, so for our last category for this episode, we're so sad na it's about to come to an end, but okay, we have couple more questions to go through. So, first question is about career or passion. I mean, passions na pala, passions. So,
paano pag walang middle yun, Angel? Passion or career lang talaga? So, ano yung sa'yo?
Passion. Kasi like, syempre, dapat passionate tayo dito. Hindi. Kasi, like, what we've been reiterating throughout the whole episode, what will sustain you in something that you do is your passion and how you feel about what you're doing.
Totoo.
Diba? Parang if you take that away, your core is gone. As in, saan ka huhugot ng drive? Saan ka huhugot ng strength to push through with the career that, like, with the path that you've taken? So, I feel like between passion and career, it's gonna have to be passion for me, and I'll make that into a career. Ikaw ba? Ikaw.
Okay. For me, kasi nag-iiba yung mga situation per person eh. Like, meron talagang times na hindi mo mahabol yung passion mo because of financial constraints, na kailangan mo unahin yung like how to feed your family before how you want your life to like go. So, I guess for me, ang masasabi ko na lang is if like opportunities or if these things do not permit you to achieve your passion, okay lang na you start your life with a career that will sustain your life and your family's life. Kasi pwede mo namang habulin yung passion mo after. Although baka mag-iba na yung parang timeline or parang like mag-iba na yung setting, but yun nga, paano mo mahahabol yung passion mo kung parang patay na kayo, diba? Kasi wala kayo nakakain.
So basically, parang be practical yung gusto mong sabihin. Let's be realistic.
Practicality. Yeah. Ayun. But like, yeah, if you have the means to like do things like to run after your passion, ganun. Go do it. From what Angel said, na it's your core, it's gonna sustain you. That's really true. So ayun, if you have the choice to choose between these two options, definitely choose passion. But if you don't have a choice, practicality first. Ayun. Eto, ako yung may tanong naman sa'yo. From our anonymous sender. Wow. What to do when you're feeling burnt out on your major subject?
Okay, so now that we're having majors, it's definitely normal to feel burnt out, especially with the pandemic ongoing and everything that's happening. And I personally also get burnt out a lot, but the thing that keeps me going is remembering the reason why I started. Like, I recognize what I have here with me.
It's very important.
I recognize that I'm in a great degree program that a lot of people only wish to have. I mean, so I should make the most out of it. And ako kasi as a person, I think my friends know this din, na hindi ako madaling ma-worn out. Is that the word? Parang hindi ako madaling mapagod on something. Like, it's gonna take a lot of burden and a lot of attack on me to be down on something. So when I'm burnt out, like, I just like, take a deep breath, take the type of rest that I know will help me recharge, and para ready na din ako sumabak sa other wave of productivity. So ayun, basically my answer is just take a rest, take a step back, breathe, we have a bit of time to do that naman. And remember why you started. And look at the end goal, and that should be enough to keep you going. How about you, Virgil?
What she said.
Yun na lang.
What
yes,
she said.
same.
Pero ayun, kasi totoo naman yung sinabi ni Angel about feeling burnt out. Like, it's normal to feel these things or to experience hardships, difficulties. But I think this is the part where we insert or we isipin na we highlight the role of our friends and the people around us, our families. Like, they're very important whenever you're feeling burnt out. You take parang a step back from all your work, talk to people that are important to you, and it's very important to take care of your mental health while you're doing all of these work. So, ayun, if it's not available naman to talk to like people who are close to you, you can reach out to madaming outlets dyan, like online, ganyan, pwedeng sa mga online guidance counselors ng school nyo. It's like, we can take advantage of these opportunities, and let's always remember to take care of ourselves first before we do something.
Right.
Ayun.
Okay,
But,
so thank you, Virgil, for that very wonderful answer. So for our last question for tonight and this episode and this wave of SOE Sunday Teas. Lastly,
Yes.
how do you know if your dream plans are working out or not?
Okay. Let me start with my dream plan. My dream plan, actually, nagbabago siya since senior high. Pero ito, sure na ako na ngayong college ako. Dream ko, mag-masters abroad, and then go back to the Philippines as a, new person or better person. Pero yeah, basically, with all of the things that I learned abroad, I always want to give back to my home country and like make a change because that has been my personal advocacy. To be honest, ba't kinatatawa?
Sorry.
Hindi,
Sige,
totoo
I'm proud
nga.
of you. Go.
Totoo nga. Go back to my community and help in some way. Like, may it be energy conservation or in terms of administration, ganyan. But yeah, naisip ko din, gusto ko din maging corporate manager, ganyan. But in any way, I would always like to think na parang yun yung goal ko, makahelp ako sa community ko. But how do I know if it's working or not? Maybe you should start with thinking first if the idea is feasible. Kasi parang if hindi siya parang kunwari malayong mangyari in real life, siguro it's time for you to look for a plan B. But if you have the guts or the courage to do it, for example, like me, I'm very high-spirited. I know na hindi ganun ka-easy mag-live abroad and mag-study abroad. Especially like, mahal kaya yung tuition, ganyan. Then, so yun, ang iniisip ko, I should look for scholarships, ganyan. Dapat ma-achieve ko talaga to. So, I set my goals, and then, it's not really a question of if the dream plan will work. It's a question of, can you make it work? So, yun. In my case, that's my dream plan, and I can always make it work if I want it to work. So,
Okay,
how about
same
you?
naman. Since you mentioned that part of your dream plan is studying masters abroad. Actually, same. And part of it kasi my dad like sinasuggest niya sa akin na ay masters ka abroad. It might open up a lot of opportunities for you. So that's a path that I'm not close to taking if ever. But like besides like having masters and coming back here to work, one of my dream plans also is to make a big positive change on the environment specifically. A lot of people know this about me, that one of my personal advocacies is helping the environment. Ever since like I was a child, kasi we watched this 𝘧𝗳𝗏 kind of movie, and ever since then it kind of changed my life and perspective on what the status of the earth really is right now. So how will I know if my dream plan is working or not? Same lang din with you na more on the process side na mafe-feel mo naman yan na if you're doing enough or you're exerting enough efforts to make your dream plan work, eventually, it's gonna manifest naman yung benefits that come out from all the hard work that you've exerted for your dream plan. So, to wrap it up, your dream plan will work if you allow it to. Like, you control your life, so your dream plan is yours to make as a reality. Parang ganon, yan.
Alright. I think this is the time where we give ourselves a round of applause for a very successful
Right.
podcast series and for this final episode wherein we ask our our viewers to give their impressions, assumptions, and questions that they can ask about us. So yun,
Okay.
I think anong masasabi mo sa mga viewers natin, Angel?
if you-
nagsubaybay since episode 1.
If you made it this far, like, thank you so much. And I hope that you guys were actually able to enjoy all our content and you were able to reap something out of it. And sana this won't be the last wave of SOE Sunday Tea. So we'll update you guys if we have any more
Yes.
installments of this.
Yes. And probably sa next SOE Sunday Teas, parang hindi na siguro kami ni Angel yung project heads. Iba na naman, para ibang tao na naman yung makapag-experience ng ganitong opportunity.
Right.
So ayun, I guess my message lang for our viewers is, thank you for listening for like these 5-part podcast. And sana na-answer namin yung questions niyo ng maayos. And we're very thankful that you are very supportive of this journey ng mga SOE students like
Yeah.
us. So,
Alright,
ayun lang.
so stay safe everyone. Someday makakabalik na din tayo sa face-to-face and it will all be great. In the meantime, enjoy our episodes, rewatch them. Ayan. Thank you so much everyone.
Right.
I'm Angel
I'm 𝗵𝗂𝗶𝘀𝗀.
and this is us signing out for SOE Sunday Tea Revamped.
Thank you. Magayon ka. 1, 2, 3, go.
The views and opinions of the hosts and resource persons do not represent those of the organization, the university, and its stakeholders.